YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with another episode of Bold Predictions. This one for the Conference Championship Week, NFC and AFC Championship games. You guys sent in these bold predictions every single Thursday throughout the year. Only 3 games left in the entire year, but we have offseason coverage. We're already getting started on that. We got it all the way through the offseason, so please subscribe, join us for all that. Smash that like button to get involved in videos like this and more NFL content. Follow that Twitter. It's on your screen. There's also a link in the description and the comments for everything that you need, including that sided app where you talk football and win Amazon gift cards. First bold prediction that we'll react to from Mr. Like I said last week, the Bucs get no sacks against Aaron Rodgers, maybe an interception or two. They got some pressure last week against Drew Brees that was a factor. Last time they played the Packers, the Buccaneers that is, where they kind of dominated them, a big reason for that was they got to Aaron Rodgers, which is no one really does that. And they actually got 4 sacks on him. They got a ton of pressure. If there was an offensive line that would turn around and kind of bounce back and adjust, it would be the Packers. They're probably the best offensive line remaining. I guess that's debatable. Even without Bakhtiari, though, it says something about the Packers' staff and offensive line, the players that they get and develop. He said maybe they get it. That's a maybe, though. We're focused on the first part. Bucs get no sacks against Aaron Rodgers. I think that's I'm not going to say piping. I do think they get couple at least sacks, but I'm not going to say piping because the Packers' offensive line with Aaron Rodgers' footwork to avoid the pressure, ability to get outside the pocket. It's possible. I'm going to say it's pretty hot, though. We're going to see. That's definitely something to watch there. Then kind of going to the opposite end here from Zachary Brenner. Buccaneers suffocate Aaron Rodgers and sack him 4 times. So not only do they sack him 4 times, they suffocate him. Ndamukong Suh was getting in Rodgers' head last time. The 2 inside linebackers were getting great pressure on the blitz. They sacked him 4 times last time they played him, I'm going to say, I don't know if they get him as many times. Bakhtiari is out, unlike last time. I'm going to say warm. It's kind of in the middle there. It could happen because it already happened. I think the Packers line will adjust. I think they'll use Jamal Williams a little more to pick up the blitz. But I think the edge rushers could have a pretty solid day as well. It's warm. Usually, if you're saying a team sacks Rodgers 4+ times, that's usually piping, absolutely piping hot Gatorade. And it's a lot warmer. It's a lot more realistic for it to happen because of this matchup. We'll see if that was like a one-time thing. Maybe the Packers had a meatball game just that week. I don't know. We'll see. Tyler Steinberg, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady combined for 7 passing touchdowns. Love the content, by the way. Thank you. 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. So 4 for Rodgers, 3 for Brady. I think it's doable. I don't know if that happens, but I think it's doable. I'm going to say warm. I'm not going to call it realistic. Warm's kind of getting on that realistic feeling, though. I think it's definitely it's definitely doable. I'm just thinking it's not going to happen mainly because I don't know what the Packers will do. If the Packers establish the run and actually establish it, they're going to win the game. It's a little risky to go that route, though, because if you kind of take reps away from your game, the passing game, and try to run against a top-notch run defense, it could hurt you. But I do think they try to establish run, so therefore they can get rushing touchdowns. I think the Buccaneers should be pretty effective on the ground, so they'll get rushing touchdowns, and that should take away from maybe some passing touchdowns. So I think it's warm, though. Preston Stutzman, Scotty Miller will throw a touchdown pass to Tom Brady. That's very specific, and it's definitely piping, but it's here just so it's here. We're putting it here just so it's here. We can save it for later. If Scotty Miller throws a touchdown pass, we'll come back to this, and it'll be it'll be a big time Stutzman moment, whatever that means. I don't know, but yeah, that'll be something. Maybe they got to pull the trick plays out because that's it. You just got to get to the Super Bowl any way you can. Just get there. From Brady, Draft Mac Attack, John Brown is the most receiving yards out of any receiver this weekend. If you would have said maybe that game, I would say it's probably possible. It probably would have been hot still with Kelsey, Hill, Diggs, but I think the Chiefs will bracket Diggs, and it'll be up to either Brown or Beasley. My keys to the game was these guys got to start off well in this game. I do remember, Brown and Beasley mainly Brown. They had a pretty bad game in the playoff game last year, which kind of hurt them. So they got to step up. Brown could have a day, though, because the focus could be on Stephon Diggs. But still, Kelsey, Hill, and still Diggs. I think Godwin can have a pretty big day. And you look at, of course, Devontae Adams. It's going to be, it's possible, but it's still pretty piping. Almost went hot, but that's pretty piping. Another one, if that happens, they're going to come back to this. Going to look like a genius. Absolute genius. Washington football team only, or WFT only. Clyde Edwards-Helaire returns and puts up 130-plus rushing yards. He went off against the Bills last time. He's a very solid running back as well. I think they get him going if they feel like he can do that, if he's healthy. I think he could have played last week. I don't know. I think this is warm. I was gonna say hot, but he went off against them last time. They may need to run the ball a little more depending on Mahomes' status. I don't know. I think it's possible. Edwards-Helaire, when the games that they fed him, like they actually got him the ball and got him going, he got going. The games where they gave him the ball 5 to 10 times, he didn't do much, and that kind of made people forget how good he is and how effective he is in this offense when they choose to have him, choose to use him. So I think he's pretty effective in this game. I think the only way he's not is if he's limited or something. He's not 100%, and that could be the case. We'll see. Diggs sideline touchdown. Mahomes doesn't play, but the Chiefs still win. Chad Henne does it. I think Mahomes plays. So for Mahomes not to play, so a couple things need to happen here. So for that reason, I'll say piping, but we'll make this into a two-parter. Let's just say Mahomes doesn't play. Henne plays, and the Chiefs still win. I'm not going to say piping. I'm going to say hot. Well, I almost want to go warm. I'm kind of in the borderline. I would pick the Bills. If Henne was the quarterback, I'd pick the Bills still, but I think the Chiefs could win. I think they got more weapons. I think the defense could show up, slow down the Bills, early in the game. I think it's possible, but I'd pick the Bills. It's hot, though. I think it's hot. So we kind of got a two-parter there. Kurt Wall, Mahomes is a meatball game, and the Bills go into Kansas City and win comfortably. I'm gonna say, I won't even say piping, even though I think maybe he expected piping. A lot of people expect piping here. I'm gonna say hot. It's Mahomes, the best player in football. Maybe Rodgers this year, Josh Allen right there with those two. But yeah, it's pretty tough to see Mahomes having a meatball game. I guess a meatball game doesn't necessarily have to be a bad game. It could be a bad game for Mahomes. So I guess a little bit of an off game, but he's still better than, played better than most quarterbacks. So yeah, maybe if he's not 100%, then he could have kind of an off game. So that's why I didn't go piping. Bills going to KC and win comfortably. So a couple things need to happen there. I'll say hot. I did pick the Chiefs. I'm confident about them if they stay healthy in the game. We'll see, though. We will see. Nick Bell, Mahomes throws for 400-plus yards, but still lose to the Bills. Yeah, that's pretty damn piping. 400 yards he can do. That's a lot, though, but he can do it. And I don't think they're going to lose if he does that. I don't think, if Allen can match that, he can do something like that as well. It'd be crazy to see like 800 passing yards. I don't know. Two things got to happen here. I don't think both of them at the same time happen. Alex Wan, the Bills-Chiefs game will combine to score over 100 points. That'll be something if it was one of those games. It's the Chiefs and the Bills. High-powered passing offense, the most high-powered passing offense in football. I think the two defenses are better than given credit for, but the way they match up against these offense, not ideal. Not that it's terrible. Maybe the Bills don't match up as well. So, it could be, I'm still waiting for one of these games. We've seen them here and there throughout the regular season where it's just like, I don't know if we see these, though, that much. 50 points per team, or, obviously somewhere around there. Yeah, someone I'm gonna say piping, but that would be oh man, that would probably be the greatest game of all time. So I'm kind of hoping for something like that. Next from Sticky Ninja, he's back 3 weeks in a row. No away team will win this week, so you better shot because there's only 2 games. So that means the Chiefs and the Packers. Chiefs and the Packers will win. 2 home teams. I think that's realistic. I'm not going to say it's happening because I did pick the Bucks, even though I'm not super confident. I talked about that. Whoever I was picking in that game, I can evenly debate both sides. Whoever I was picking, I was not going to be confident with that much. So, realistic, it very well could happen. I think majority of the world feels like, or based off our fans, our viewers, are taking Bills in Packers. So that's one. That's like me, but it's different. It's opposite. So one home, one away team. So we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. All these teams are deserving and very capable of being in the Super Bowl, playing in the Super Bowl, and could win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, that's. I'm just looking forward to these games. 3 games left on the year. That's a little sad, but I'm excited for them. We got to enjoy them while they're here, and we'll have you covered for the rest of the playoffs, Super Bowl, and for the offseason. Already got started on that, free agency and NFL draft coverage. A lot more to come, full coverage in the offseason. We grade every single free agency signing, so looking forward to it. Hopefully you can join us for that. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss a damn thing. Check out that Twitter. It's an absolute must follow. You're missing out if you're not following it. Link in the description, comments. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.